Mr. Baker, love the podcast. Baldwin should know that you don't pull the trigger with a gun pointed at anyone. The gun is supposed to be pointed at a predetermined spot, never at anyone. Why? Brandon Lee.
What if the director? No, Brandon Lee had a dummy, had a blank, and the wadding of the blank went into his brain.
Right.
He didn't have a real bullet. Number two, if the director gives you the direction to point at the camera, and how else do you look down the barrel of the gun unless you're looking at like for me, that I got to do that. I got to point it. I've got to point it at the camera.
And from across the room too.
The problem is this. They went out and fucked around with those guns with live ammunition a day or two before they went on scene. And I would never, I would now, but I've never been handed a weapon on a set that actually fired. They're just plastic, and everything's done post.
Yeah, I mean, he goes on to say 30 plus years in the industry fixed this issue. Anyways, I could say more, but I'm going back to listening to audio. Any man should know you always check a gun someone hands you. If he did, he would have said, wait, there's live ammo in this. Blanks look a lot different than a FMJ. Was that Full Metal Jacket? FMJ?
It's a bullet. It's got an actual. There's a.
Does bullet. It look? Does a blank look different? I don't know. I thought the blanks were just.
But blanks don't
regular
have,
cartridges without the.
They don't have the projectile bullet
in the top, right?
Yeah.
But by looking at the back of a revolver, I'm assuming it's a revolver because it's a period film.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to tell, but you would be able to tell had you turned it sideways and looked at the cylinder. You would have saw around. You see the top of the bullet in the chamber.
I don't know if someone hands me a gun on a set. It says cold gun. I'm assuming it's a cold gun. I don't know how you get around the fact that there were live fucking rounds on a movie set in a gun that was supposed to fire.
Especially when you're shooting
period.
An 1800s period. Those guns, revolvers don't have safeties. It's like there's way too many. It's.
No, I know, I get it. I don't know.
If somebody hands me a gun, though, it's just now. God forbid, poor Baldwin, but I don't think anybody will fucking just take a gun and fire it. I'm sure Dave Bautista looked at that fucking 45 that he fired before he fired around it on that Netflix gimmick.
What did I just see? What's the show he's in now?
So, what did somebody said today? The twice impeached. They introduced him to somebody else, and we're talking about the ex-president Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw another thing today. A guy that went golfing with him. Have you seen that that's online?
No.
It's like a guy that it looks like he might be Hispanic. He's got a white shirt on, and there's a picture. He said that he went out golfing with Trump, and Trump was a savage, just fucking man's man, and fucking they ate hot dogs. He didn't give a fuck, and they came up and said, we have a interview for you. He said, who is it? They said, some lady from the press. And he says, how's she look? She said, not bad. He goes, all right, I'll do it. And the guy was like really putting him over. So, and there's a lot of people that I met, that have met Trump that put him over, so.
Well, as a dude, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a leader of the free world.
No, I don't think that.
There's a lot of people you hung out with that were cool. Would you have wanted Scott to be the leader of the free world, for God's sakes?
No.
That took you 2 seconds.
Nor would I want me.
Hey.
I mean,